Hello everyone. Today we'll be studying about the effective stress. The effective stress is nothing but the load which is applied when a particular soil sample is taken, the first load. And what are the effective stresses you will be having, like horizontal, vertical stresses also will be applied. So in this concept of effective stresses, the major concept, the major things, the parameters to be considered is the first one. Soil is a multiple phase system. As we all know, the soil, as we studied in the previous sessions, that the soil is having multiple phases like water, air and even solids also. So that the soil is a multiple phase system. And the second one is the to perform any kind of analysis, we must undertake the stress distribution, as the soil will be going to the stress distribution system. This stress distribution system is nothing but the loads whichever are applying to the soil, so that the stress distribution system should be taken into consideration. Next we'll be seeing the concept. What is the concept of effective stress? As we all know this concept of effective stress, the soil is loaded. That means when if we take the loading, whenever a building is constructed, there the footing is a best example, and there we'll be doing the effective stresses to get equally load distributed and to levelize the thing. The footing is the best example. And next is the resulting of this test. That means whenever the we'll be getting, whenever we are applying some load stress distribution to do footing, that means at the particular time there will be some transforming of soil mass. That means the transformation of soil mass will be moving to one place to another place, so that the contacts of the grains will be taken into consideration. That means the porous space which is present inside the soil mass will be getting more strength whenever we do stress. So this will be getting in the stress distribution system. And now we'll be seeing the effective stress, how this effective stress and seepage of soil is taken into consideration. As we see the effective stress, as we studied, we have two things. It is a multiple phase system, and the second one it will be having an resultant of more graining of strength. What is seepage? Seepage is nothing but the escaping of water, whatever the water which is escaping from the liquid through gases, pores or materials, some small holes whichever present inside the soil particle, under that the leakage will be there. So that is nothing but your seepage, which will be taking the escaping from the water, the soil molecules, that means the soil sample. And the next one is seepage. How it is application is being done? As we all know, the seepage applications mostly done in the civil engineering field, because we do most of the underground system, canalings and tunnels, foundations and all those things. Whenever we pour water into it, the water will be getting in Telugu we can say it is like inkipotundi. In the same way, that is nothing but the seepage here, which it is going to be taken into consideration. So for this we'll be having the first one is to find out the discharge, and the second one is this seepage will be having depending upon the structure. As we all know, most of the constructions of any building, if you take into consideration, there will be some leakage of water at any corner of the building which we construct till today. That means there will be some discharge of leakage of water, whatever the soil, whatever the construction which we taken into consideration. And the next is to find out the uplift pressure under the structure. That means for uplifting any pressure, the pressure is taken into consideration here. And the third one is to find out the foundation and pinning failures. Whatever the foundation is done, most probably this will be depending upon only the seepage leakage. That means if you are not done the damping or vibrations of the foundation, whatever it is done, that should also be taken into consideration. Next we'll be seeing on this the Laplace equation. As we all know, this Laplace equation which we have studied in your mathematically approval, that is also interlinked with soil mechanics. Now with the soil mechanics, this is Laplace equation is nothing but a flow knot which is being flowing generally in two dimensional. So this Laplace Laplace equation is mostly used for construction, that is for only in the flow knots cases. As we all know, these flow nuts will be having like two dimensional, and the water is also, the first one is the flow of water is two dimensional, and the second one is the water and the soil are incompressible, and the third one is it is the soil is isotropic and homogeneous, and the fourth one is the soil should be fully saturated. As the fifth one is the flow of study is, that is flow of condition do not change within the time. Whenever the time is taking place, the time should not be in time only, it should not be changed in the time. And we also approve that the Darcy's law is also valid here. Now if you see, we have n number of things like construction of this Laplace equation in our soil mechanics. So let us take some elements, that means we are considering some effective stresses like dx dz, which will be taking a flow in that the dimensional of flow will be in y axis, and its conventional equation due to velocity. Because of velocity and the inlet and outlet, there will be some phases, that means in x direction. If you are considering it in y direction, there will be some in x direction, so you will be getting an equation in x direction and also one equation in the z direction, as you can see in the picture. Whereas this picture indicates that though v suffix x in one direction, which is going in horizontal direction, the flow of direction is going in the x axis, and now if you see vz, it is going in the y axis. So two equations, it is a two dimensional equation which is formed for the soil whenever it is applying some load, that is effective stress, which is taken into consideration. And if you see this flow, whenever we take this flow of study, the discharge is the main thing is which we take into consideration is about discharge. So the discharge will be taking, that means there will be some incompressible water which is present in that also, and there is a continuous equation also which is going to be for two dimensional equation. And here we'll be having an height of that also, whatever the height, how much height the leakage is taking place, that height of the point should be also taken into consideration. Even it will be for the point of hydraulic gradient is also taken into consideration for the horizontal and even for the vertical components for us, so that the Darcy's law will be varies. As we are studying this Darcy's law, this will be varies whenever we are studying in this. So that this Laplace equation in terms of we are studying in this Laplace equation in terms of head, that means height of anything. And if you see, this Laplace equation will be giving us the velocity, how the velocity of a particular point is taken into consideration, how this permeability is taken into consideration, and even in the x direction how this load is applying, even in y direction, that means we are not considering any y direction here, we are considering only z, that is x axis and z axis. For any soil mass, that only two terms are taken into the potential, that means we are finding out the discharge, velocity, potential, and even height also of a particular soil sample, so that we will be getting the potentials total head, that means how much head is there for a particular soil, and what is the constant, that means we all don't know what is the permeability, how much leakage it is taking, that is a constant which we are taking into consideration. So we'll stop this. Thank you. We'll be starting in the second session.